How you doing, YouTube? This is a power supply from a 25-inch Samsung flat screen TV. The TV doesn't want to start up. It has a hard time starting. It wants to start, then it shuts off. It wants to start, then it shuts off. It just doesn't get the kick it needs to fire up. You could hear it clicking. It wants to start, and then it shuts down. That's because these capacitors right here in the area of this heat sink seem to go bad. They get cooked from the heat over here from this heat sink here. A lot of heat gets generated over here, and these will basically start to cook like a tray of Jiffy Pop and literally puff up like a tray of Jiffy Pop. As you can see here, the top of this old capacitor here, this is the old one I removed. It's puffed up. I marked it with a little black line. That's how I identify them. The rest of them in here are good. They're all pretty much good. But these two here, the 10 volt and the 25 volt, were basically shot. So I'm assuming that you know how to use a soldering iron and take these out. I'm also assuming that you know how to get the power supply out. I'm just going right to the heart of the problem with this power supply. It's the capacitors. I ordered some online at Amazon. We put them in, and we're going to go fire up the TV, and that'll be the next thing you see. It should start right up. So I'll get back to you in a few minutes here. Let's go put this back in, and we'll see how we make out. And here's the back of the TV. I already removed all the screws from it. I'm just going to take it all off here. Like I said, I'm assuming you know how to do that. And I'm doing this with one hand. So just give me 1 second. And the back is removed. I'm going to drop the power supply right back here where it came from. Again, I don't have any help here, so I'm doing the best I can. Not the best photographer. You know, when you, there it goes. And, you know, very simple. Just plug all your jacks back in and get everything all set up in there. No tricks here. All you have to do is be able to get a screwdriver and take the back of this thing off and be all set. That shouldn't be too hard to do. The hardest part would be desoldering the capacitors and getting them out. But like I said, if you're going to attempt this, I'm sure you know how to do this type of work. And order the capacitors, you read them, take a look. If you know how to read them, you know, there it is. This is the values on here. 1000 UF. The U stands for micro. The F stands for farads. 25 volt. You could use you could use the voltage. You put one with a little higher voltage in there. That shouldn't matter. But the value should be good. The farads, microfarads, 1000. In this case, they're all 1000. The little ones are 10 volt. The larger ones are 25 volt. The larger than that are 35 volt. So all you have to do is read the value off that capacitor and just hit Amazon or eBay. Get right on the computer. Look at that one there. See, it says, that's it, 35 volt, 1000 microfarad. That one's still good, so we're going to keep it in. All right, let's get this thing back together and see what happens. Plug in all my connectors in. This one goes here. That's why I said take a picture before you do anything, too. Make sure you plug everything back where they belong. This one here has a blue stripe on it, so it went to the blue dot. There's a spare one here for whatever reason. You don't want to, and it's the same size jack, so you don't want to plug this cable into this one. It's going with the blue one over there for some reason. It's marked blue, and that's and I took a picture just to have some extra help. All right, so we're all good here. Now put the back on, and we'll fire it up. And the TV's back where it's supposed to be. And let's see what happens. Push the remote. And perfect startup. That's what I'm looking for. Success. Hey. Thanks for watching. Good luck. Don't get burned with that soldering iron.